What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum. Bob Arum, get this, says that Oleksandr Usyk has a hell of a chance to upset Anthony Joshua. We know his fighter, Tyson Fury, is tied up with a third fight with Deontay Wilder on July 24th. With this, Anthony Joshua now can look at his mandatory on the WBO side, Oleksandr Usyk. So that is more than likely the fight that he's going to pick, okay? Because it's the mandatory. But this is what Bob Arum said. I think Joshua has his hands full with Usyk. I give Usyk a hell of a chance to beat Joshua in that fight. Hopefully, Tyson Fury comes through against Wilder in fight 3, and we can do the unification fight in December of this year. Presumably, Arum feels Usyk's blend of skill, speed, and southpaw trickiness will give Joshua all he can handle. Arum, of course, has been critical of Anthony Joshua since he's been beaten by his former fighter, Andy Ruiz. Right. But can the undefeated Ruiz do such a thing? Let me counterpunch. Now, this time, and you guys know me and Bob, we disagree, we bump heads, but I don't disagree in this. I think this would be a challenge for Anthony Joshua. It's a different style. It's a southpaw. He's a tricky fighter. He knows how to slip, dodge, move, duck, and punch, okay? And not the type of punch that you think like a heavyweight. He's not originally a heavyweight, and people give him flack for that. So I think still, with his tricky style, he's able to, I believe, give any heavyweight a run for their money. And I'm not just targeting Joshua. You guys know how I feel about Usyk. I think Usyk, can upset someone. And that someone may be Anthony Joshua. That's why I want to see this fight more so, because Oleksandr Usyk, I feel, is a sleeper in the division. Okay, he's that kind of guy that you don't expect him to do something, and he's going to do something great. Like I've told you, Evander Holyfield, which is known to beat a lot of great fighters, okay? Mike Tyson, to say, point in question. Now, he was a cruiserweight also, okay? So he can make the adjustments. He's at 230 pounds now. If that 230 pounds, if he can carry that weight along like he was, whatever weight he was, being a heavyweight, was at 215 or 220, he will give people problems. And he can crack. Ask Derek Chisora about that, okay? Derek Chisora was dazed by him, okay? We talk about Joseph Parker dazed Derek Chisora in like the 11th round, okay? Usyk did that too. So don't shit on Usyk, and don't underestimate him, because that person you underestimate will be that guy that comes out on top. And again, I agree with Bob Arum, but I do question, where is it really coming from? I agree with everything he said, with the southpaw, the trickiness, and this, that, and the other. But I do think it's a little biased towards Anthony Joshua. Why? Because a fighter that he once had upset Anthony Joshua. So when that happens, the guy that you let fall through the cracks, which is Andy Ruiz, upset this guy. I think Bob Arum has always been a little bitter, when it comes to old fighters. Andy Ruiz, Mikey Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, right? So a lot of these fighters, Bob has it in for after they leave him, and especially if they left on not so good terms, right? Bob will say a lot of things about those guys just because he has some type of, he has it in for him, really. He has a chip on his shoulder when it comes to fighters that he used to promote. So I think a lot of that, or some of that, rather, is due to Bob Arum doesn't have faith in Anthony Joshua. He doesn't. So anybody, Pulev, come on. He thought Pulev was going to do it, and then, hey, he didn't. Okay, Joshua went in there, knocked him out in the 9th round. So, fair play to him. But I think Bob Arum will always have it in for Anthony Joshua until he does something great. And when I mean great, beat Tyson Fury. So he has to get through Usyk first. So I think that he's right, but then at what angle? Okay. You know, yeah, he's right on what he said and he explained what the reasons were. But at the same time, he doesn't really have faith in Joshua again. So you guys tell me what you think about Bob Arum saying that Oleksandr Usyk, another fighter, once again will, well, let me counterpunch myself. He said he has a hell of a chance to upset. He didn't say he would blow him away like Pulev. But you got to think about it. Why would he say a hell of a chance instead of blown away? If Oleksandr Usyk was his fighter, I want you to think about something. Would he say those same things? Would he say a hell of a chance? Or would he then say, oh, he'll blow him away because he's my fighter, right? So go figure. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Bob Arum saying that Oleksandr Usyk gives a hell of a chance for an upset against Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.